Good morning, everybody. So we are going to just briefly look at all the beehives today, just see how they look. We're going to be starting to do mite treatments. We actually did one a week ago. We need to do another one, but my vaporizer is in the shop. So I'll basically reset and restart my timeline for doing treatments. But today what we are going to do for you is a mite check. And we're going to do the non-lethal one because it's supposed to be a little comical, because you look like you have a bunch of drunk bees when you go to wake them up, or when they start to wake up. Because when I say non-lethal, usually when I check for bees, it's called an alcohol wash. But instead, I'm going to do something with CO2, and it should be just as accurate as not doing an alcohol wash. But first, there are I have 4 beehives that do not have supers on them because they were all very late splits, or in this case, this is a swarm I got out of a water meter. Good morning, Grandma. So we're going to start with this one because I suspect they actually need some help. I went around yesterday and picked up all the hives, and even though this one should not feel that heavy because it's just a nuke, it is sorry, I had to mute my volume so none of my notifications make noise. It should still feel a little heavy, and it actually doesn't feel that heavy. So I'm going to open it up and see if we need to give them some resources. Good morning, John. So let me get my suit on. We learned last week when we harvested honey that my honey helper, he won't let me post the picture, but we learned that he is slightly allergic too, just like me. The only difference is he pretty much only swallows when he gets stuck in the face. So last week he got free lip injections for 24 hours. Alright. Didn't lose the Lego. So, like, my concern with this one is there's, like, no bees. So this one may already be so far gone that I can't help it. But I'm hoping that's not the case. We're going to take the frame that has some bees on it. Alright, so like I said, this one may be already so far gone that I can't do anything with it.
Combine it with another hive?
Yeah, they are not going to make it. There's only like 50 bees in here. What's in that corner? Do you see anything? Alright, so this hive, unfortunately, I'm not even seeing where my queen would be. Can you move that? I'm looking to see if one of these bees was a queen. Because there are some in the corner. Alright, yeah, so this hive, I think, lost a queen, or had to have lost their queen. Alright, so we are going to just take this one apart after the video. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. There's not one of those are queen. Those are all nurse or worker bees. So unfortunately this hive, even though I gave them 2 frames of resources, just didn't quite make it. So unfortunately it is what it is. You can only try. So what are you? Okay, I thought that was a queen. It's not. All right, so now I don't have to worry about that. Just leave it apart. We'll get it all when we finish up. So yeah, with so few bees, they should actually, they'll be adopted into another hive, especially if I don't put them back and I shake them off. I actually may just shake them into the hive next door to them. So, all right. So I guess since that was what was my weakest hive and is not now, and those frames actually have some pretty good pollen and stuff on them, so I will leave them out for everybody. This one is getting there. It's getting full. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.5 frames of bees, I would say. So we're going to start on this side. Can you lightly dust them with some smoke? Just run it over the top. Very lightly. There we go. Oh, what I could do is the frames that came out of that hive, since there's 10 of them, I could put it in this hive. Instead of having empty foundation, they can have, ooh, ooh, ooh. Get some beetle traps ready. Yeah, please. There was like 8 beetles on that. So here, we're gonna give you these. So what I'm going to do is, instead of, well, they're building this one out nice, so I'm going to keep it. They kind of have a little shine to them. Pretty bees. Alright, so they're working very diligently on getting this one built out. So I am going to let them keep this frame. Just looking for eggs, even though I can tell from the from last week's inspection, they're doing really well. There's eggs, so checking to make sure I don't have my queen, so I don't accidentally lose sight of her if she is on here. Alright, so we're going to try to get you to see some eggs. Alright, so it's really hard when it's not black foundation, but do you guys see those little dots? Uh-oh, that one has 2 in it, but that's okay. I will accept a cell or 2 with 2 eggs in it. We'll be all right. All right. So, if you don't mind, give him, just put one of those down there. I need a little puff of smoke right here for me. So what we're gonna do is, instead of them working really hard to create, and he's there for a second. Thank you. Clears him out of that area. We're gonna slide that back over. And then give him a good one. Oh, yeah, no, we're not going to give them this frame. This one's going to go right into the freezer. You guys see that tunnel right there that starts right there? That's not good. So we're not going to give them this frame at all. That one's actually going to go into the freezer today. I don't like how that one looks. We may not be doing what I want to do, but this one I think is okay. It looks pretty good. It's completely empty. So what we're gonna do, so the queen thinks she has somewhere to lay, we're gonna go ahead and, can you poop them right there for me? Just a little bit. Thank you. That way they can start to clean this frame up, and the queen will have a good amount of cells to start to lay on. Yeah, no, that's nasty, nasty. Will you set this one up by the water feeder? Because there's some good pollen in there that I think the bees can use before we freeze it. All right. So they look pretty good. They're now scrambling, figuring out what to do with that new frame. Moving on. We are going to do the mite treatment. Can you go get my mite bucket, please? Let's set you up right here. Oh, and I need, bless you, a plastic tray. They're right there. Thank you. All right. So this hive has grown quite a bit. They are very busy. They're starting to beard. And there's just a lot of them. Did we put the beetle traps in? You want to open that hive back up and put the beetle traps in it? Thank you. All right. So what does a mite treatment look like? So this is your mite treatment kit. It came with my vaporizer that I bought from Bee Friends Farm. It's kind of a really cool tool, but it took me forever to get the hang of it. All right, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna move all this stuff out. This is supposed to be like a little comical because they'll look like a bunch of drunk bees coming from the bar late at night. All right, so what I do is I have to get 300 bees in this cup. No, I'm not gonna count them. 300 bees is approximately a half cup. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a frame of bees, preferably nurse bees, and I'm going to shake them into this bucket. I am then going to scoop them out with a cup, and then I'm going to put them in this. I'm going to spray them with CO2 about 4 times. It'll put them to sleep, not kill them. And then I'm going to shake them up over a plastic tray that I use to count my mites at the bottom. You have to use white because you can't see your mites if you don't do that. So hopefully I have no mites, but in reality that's never true. You have some mites, you just may not have a lot. So we're just hoping we're not going to have a lot. So let's pick us out a frame of bees without your queen. So we're going to put that there. They seem pretty good and happy at the moment. They're not going to be in about 2 seconds, but... first, before I make a mistake, so what I'm checking for is to make sure I don't have my queen, because you just don't want to damage her. Even though this is a non-lethal treatment, you still just want to be careful. All right, I'm thinking this is a good one. All right, so now they're not really happy at the moment. I guarantee that just because of that. But also, I'm going to let them sit there for a second because you want the bees that are not flying away. Those are your nurse bees, where the ones flying away are older bees. So the chances of you finding mites would be on your younger bees. So while those guys are thinking about it, I'm going to check another frame, just to make sure I don't have the queen, because I know I don't have a half a cup of bees right there. All right. It is hot as anything in here. All right. Oh. There we go. All right, so we're letting all the grumps fly away at the moment. Most of these, you can see how they kind of just, those are your nurse bees. There's my cup of bees. Put the lid on. We'll dump these guys back. All right. So I've got about 300 bees in there. Now here's what we're gonna do. This is my CO2 gun. I'm going to do a couple little spurts inside of this cup, and they're gonna fall asleep. All right, see how they're much calmer? There we go. There's full dose. All right, now I'm going to switch out my lid. Trade you. Could I have the tray? They are not dead. They are sleeping. I'm going to place this right here. And it looks a little rough, but this is how you warm up bees. You can actually kind of see like steam on them. Bees heat up when you warm them up. So the idea, you shake them up, the warmth forces the mites off. I wish I had a timer. You're supposed to do it for a minute. What are the odds that I pull 2 frames and not one mite falls off of these guys? Here. So now, if I can get close, they're all awake, a little dizzy. This little bee looks like it's trying to get its footing. They're all checking on each other like, oh, you okay? I think we're okay. But yeah, everyone is okay. Everyone's alive. But that's how you do a non-lethal mite check. And it'll take them a few minutes to figure out that, all right, that quite rocked our world this morning. And then there we have it. So I'm gonna put them back now, not completely just like throw them in, but there's a frame out here that I want to put up. So hold on to them for me for a second, Chris. Well, that was cool. I did a mite check and there was no mites. Strange, but I'll take it. Are they waking up a little bit? Starting to. Alright. They're awake. The cool thing is, all right, they're awake. But all right, so that was pretty cool odds. No mites. That was cool. Do you have the smoker? Okay. All right. So that's how you do a non-lethal mite check. They are actually doing really good. You can actually see everybody checking on each other at the moment. Aw, it's cute. That was actually quite funny. But I guess what a rough morning that would be. Alright, so let me get we're gonna whoop. We're gonna put in their beetle traps. Let me go get these to Chris so he can fix them. guys did pretty good. Okay. Do we actually have a super that's ready? Just so I can give them some space so it's cooler on them. Can you check for me if you don't mind? So there's quite a lot of bees in here, and it's getting really hot. Don't know if anyone else noticed, but yesterday it was 102 in my car, and that was about 4 o'clock, so I can only imagine what it was at noon. So I think what we're going to do, because there's quite a lot of bees, I have noticed them bearding. I think we're going to add a super for them. The flow is done, so the chances of them making honey are very slow or slim. But you know, I could be surprised. They could. But let's get these beetle traps on. Yeah, you could just look. Preferably 10 frames if we have it. I think we do, I'm just not sure. So I'm gonna put no bees were squished. Now, there's quite a lot that I don't think they would move from my breath. All right. I think we've got a box. Looks promising. Yay! That way everyone, at least other than the hive across the way next door. I'm not gonna put a queen excluder because I mean, worst comes to happen, worst case scenario, they actually do make more comb, but they don't make more honey. They make more bees. That's fine, because at the very end of the year I'm going to put the queen excluder. Well, maybe I won't, but I don't know. I think last year my one hive that I was able to split in the majority of these hives this year was actually a box and a half, which was a full brood box and a super box combined into one. It made the bees have so many bees. They were literally bee to bee throughout the whole thing for the entire winter. So even though we had like no winter this year, they just were fine and survived. So Chris looks like he's almost got a full box. I'm going to be so happy when we get a garage. The only problem is the garage will be farther away than the porch. So we'll definitely have to have stuff put out extra just in case. How's that one look? I think we got our box. That's good. He's heading this way with it. So we're going to clear you guys out. So the extra box is to give them some like room to move so they don't have to choose to drown outside. Although, you know, sometimes bees may not be the smartest tool in the shed. I would think so. They make honey. But like my hive next door to these guys on the other stand, go ahead and put it here, I guess. And then turn it. There you go. This will give them some like ventilation essentially. But also if they are really wanting to expand, they can go for it now. All right. Gotta have the rule of bee space. There. Now they have a full extra box for ventilation because it's hot. Alright, moving on. We're not going to do inspections to that extent. I'm literally just going to pop the top and take a look at them. I'm not going to go down into the bottom box. Oh yeah, that's right. That's where the beetle traps are. It really depends, I think, on how many beetles, if I see any in the top box. So let's see what you guys are doing.
Honey?
No.
No?
No, there's honey on the outside, but this
Yeah.
whole thing is full of eggs.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh yeah, but alright. So like this hive, it's hard to see in the sun. Can you bring the camera over here maybe? Alright. Let's see. Inside of those, you'll see little like off-white dots. Chris, stand to the left for a second. Stand to the left. Drat. Okay, come back to the right. I don't know, something you did, I saw him very clearly a second ago. Now I don't see him at all. Okay, well, this whole thing has eggs in it. So they are choosing to expand, which I'm okay with. There's even eggs on this side. How cool. Alright, so we're going to put 2 beetle traps on the top. We're not going to take the box off. So that's cool. That's going to be a box and a half of bees, it looks like, for the winter, which is great. Yay, more bees. And I mean that in all sincerity of awesomeness. So they've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going. I just want to see. Now this one is honey with some food in it. Oh, there's some eggs there. Okay. It's all good. That's cool. All right. So not bad. They, within a couple weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Chris is working very diligently. But yeah, no, so the honey that I harvested last week will hopefully be ready this week. I learned about a refractometer. I knew of refractometers for saltwater aquariums, but I did not know one existed for honey. And so the point of that refractometer is to test the... there's nothing over here yet, so I don't want to... As long as it's not where their feeder is. Oh, sweetheart, I'm sorry. We'll be alright. Let me see where this is going to land. Oh yeah, we'll be fine. Alright. If you'll put everything back, I'm going to look at this one. All right, so this one I'm a little concerned about, but we'll see how they're doing. Oh, this was the swarm that was in my tree. See. The frame that we propped up against the water fountain.
Mm-hmm.
Can you get it, please? Now this one was requeening 3 weeks ago. Will you take this frame and look through it for the queen? There's a couple eggs on that frame, so I'm pretty sure we've got a queen. What I'm doing is checking to see if they did successfully requeen themselves, because if they didn't...
There's a queen cell right here.
A capped one?
No.
Does it have anything in it?
No.
Okay, I think we're okay then there.
Couple
That's just
queen swells, actually.
Huh?
A couple of them that have been...
They're queen cups.
Yes.
Alright, she's gotta be in here. Because... Alright, I'm gonna say we're good on the queen, because there are a ton of eggs. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna show you guys this, because this is a good frame to show you eggs. See those dots? Those are those are eggs, not queens. Alright, so I'm okay with not seeing the queen. I am just happy we have eggs. So we're gonna put this back. That frame that yep, thank you. Let me take a look at this. Let's see if there's something I can do with this one. Take that. Let it drip over the hive for a second. I just made a mess. I didn't see how they were capping that, and I pushed it. They're gonna have to fix that. take them out onto here. There you go. All right. Not bad. Moving on. We're going to go much quicker, I think, now. Wait, did they have beetle traps in there? Can you lift that lid for a second and look? If not, can you go get some? Yeah. Go get 4. 2 for this one, 2 for that one. Even in the bag? Okay. Oh, Jesus. Can't find the spot today. Alright, so this is the hive we harvested from last week. I'm just going to see how they cleaned up those cells. Alright, so this one we put back wonky. That was our fault because this is the one that we got stung on last week. So let's see how they did with this top box. Apparently we're still holding grudges. That's okay. Alright, they're cleaning it up pretty good. So I am going to fix this though because I don't want it. Yeah, they've pretty much made this look all nice and pretty again. So that's good. They've pretty much fixed all my cut cappings. So that's good. Hey Chris, we're gonna have to order another smoker. My bellow just broke. Alright, so now that I've fixed those the way I want them, we're going to slide them all that way. Oh, no we're not. I know what we're going to do. Let me go get a frame. There we go. I'm glad I caught that before they made a mess of that. There we go. Just a quick pop in the top. Just see how they're doing. they are good. No beetles. Not growing out, so they're just using this for the air. That's good. It should go much quicker after this. You guys look a little full. Alright, they are not building out. One beetle. Not bad. Alright. Two more hives. And they're going to be just as quick as those. Should be just quick. Eek. I need 2 beetle traps. Huh? No, we're going to put them right here. Alright. They don't have a queen excluder. So this is going to be comb, but they need beetle traps. Big one.
You got one left, actually.
Hmm?
You have one left.
There's those 2 down there too. Alright. So they look pretty good. We're not going to bug them. And last hive. Ooh, that's spilling out bees. What do you got going on? They have no queen excluder, but I can see that's honey. That's might be honey. Did you guys make honey? Did y'all? I won't be mad. That's right, you guys weren't done capping your honey. And still aren't. You're dragging your feet. That's okay. Alright, well, we'll let them work on it. That's right, I did take off their queen excluder. So, that one's capped, that one's not capped. That one's halfway, that one's almost. So we might have another late harvest, which that'll be good. Alright, so we're going to let you guys do your thing. Alright. Did you fill up the water? Okay. So, unfortunately, the hive in the water, or the hive in the water meter that we got about a month ago, even though they gave them 2 things of resources, they just couldn't pull through. So, unfortunately, we did lose a hive, so I'm down to 9, which isn't a bad thing. I had very little hopes for that hive anyway, just because I've gotten a couple swarms, but that was probably my smallest. We tried. So we're going to dismantle the Lego hive, and then we'll see how everyone is in a week or so. I hope everyone has a great rest of their Sunday. I'll see you next week.